In the previous session, we talked about Rumi's central symbolism of the Persian instrument ney, and about how his ideas are both pantheistic and humanistic. And he tries to find a remedy for humankind's intrinsic loneliness. Now we are going to read the next four couplets in the prologue to Masnavi, and see what else he has to say about his philosophy and what is the manner of human understanding he's concerned about. So again I start with Persian. من به هر جمعیتی نالان شدم، جفت بدحالان و خوشحالان شدم. هر کسی از زن خود شد یار من، و از درون من نجست اسرار من. سر من از ناله من دور نیست، لیک چشم و گوش را آن نور نیست. تن ز جان و جان ز تن مستور نیست، لیک کس را دید جان دستور نیست. Remember that it was the musical instrument of ney that was reciting the narrative. So this is this is throughout the most of the prologue. This is the ney that is the speaker of the poem, not the Maulana himself. But he comes in the picture later on. So the symbolic ney is talking, and these lines are being said by the ney, which means, I took my complaints to every sect of people and sang my song to both sad ones and happy ones. But each person enjoyed my story through their own perception, and none of them asked the real secrets I was trying to recount. That secret is not much different from my weeping. However, eyes and ears are closed to real seeing and hearing. Body is not separated from soul, as soul is not something concealed beneath body. However, no one is even trying to look into the soul. I think these are very powerful lines, and my translation does not do justice to that, and I'm sorry. This translation again is a try to keep the balance between the literal meaning and the contextual meaning, and as well as trying to keeping it simple, because in Persian, I can tell you, in its original Persian, it's not as simple in language, but I try to keep it simple for the audience in English, like the simple contemporary English. So essentially the ney, the symbolic ney, the symbol for humankind, is saying that its essence, its music, its inner secret has always been there and has always been the same. Yet everyone understands its music differently. If they're happy, they find a happy tune, and if they are sad, they find a sad melody. He is saying each of us understand the reality around us, even the reality of ourselves as human beings, through perception, which is affected by many things like our mood, for example. Again, something very similar to what modern psychology tries to tell us about perception with too many jargon, but we have this beautiful thing said to us so many centuries ago. So what perception mediates understanding? And why is it important? Because there is a secret inside all of us, based on Maulana, which is exactly that remedy we are looking for, or at least the way to find that remedy. So there is one reality that is beyond our perception, and it is within us. So it is accessible without the distortion of perception process, if we know where to look. It is accessible because the perception process is for what we receive as external information. But if the main secret is internal, then maybe there is a way to bypass perception and access it. Although most people don't know the shortcut. So Maulana here is also saying that material and non-material beings are one and the same. He's essentially denying the famous Cartesian duality, which is again a very postmodern idea. You can find in philosophers like Derrida or Baudrillard. So both of whom belong to the late 20th century, by the way. That's why Rumi is amazing, because he sometimes provide you with ideas much ahead of his own time. He believes that our soul, that very pantheistic soul we talked about, is connected to our material body in that very pantheistic outlook. But people are not inclined nor able to see past the body and into the soul, which, if they do, then they can find that secret, that shortcut, that remedy to the intrinsic human pain, and they can elevate their human status to its real value, which has a centrality through connectedness. This is where I leave you for this session to reflect upon these ideas, because I think these are very important to understand the rest. And I also want you to reflect upon this question. How do you think we can look past our material being into our soul without the intervention of perception and find that secret remedy? Think about it. I am the